So Season 2 launched earlier this week, and well,
Don't make me tap the sign.
So with it in mind that every update has these hidden changes, today we're taking a look at what those are and what you should know about. So drop your thoughts as we go along, drop a like if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6 and other FPS coverage, as well as make sure to follow over on Twitch as we get back into the swing of things there. But anyways, let's get into the hidden changes with Black Ops 6 Season 2's update. So firstly, let's talk about some, I guess, content here, things that we can actually preview a little bit ahead of when they're supposed to go live. In terms of gameplay content, we can actually take a look at already the perk of Slipstream and the new streak of the War Machine. Both of these are available within private matches right now. If you go and check it out, you can play against bots, kind of get a feel for how both of these will work. Slipstream, if you don't recall, is a perk that is going to be coming as a Perk 3 Enforcer perk, and it will raise your base sprint speed at the cost of removing tack sprint. So kind of like Cold War's sprinting effects, a nice faster pace at which you do it, but not the extra added mechanics of tack sprint. And also then it should, in theory, help some of your sprint out times, because regular running and tack sprinting have different sprint out times to end up getting into a gunfight. But the nice part about this perk as a whole, beyond what it just offers, is the fact that it's also a movement perk, so it's a part of that Enforcer category, and it's also in the same category of Perk 3 as Double Time. So if you were somebody that wants to improve your tack sprint capabilities, you have the opportunity with Double Time, but if you're somebody that doesn't want to use tack sprint, you have Slipstream, where it's not competing for really any other perks in terms of Perk 1 or 2. Like, you don't have to sacrifice anything like Gung Ho to end up getting this as well. So it's a nice placement of this as well that I think is pretty balanced with the overall perk set that we have currently. And initially it might feel weird to run, but as you saw from the testing that we just showcased, in terms of short and long distance sprinting, the differences are relatively minimal. It's not something that you're going to notice a whole ton from point A to point B, that it's much faster. It just might seem that it's not as fast because you don't have that extra animation letting you know, hey, I got an increased speed boost. With this, it's not necessarily confirmed which event this will be coming in officially in the future here, but from leaked footage between us, it's coming in the Shadow Hunt event. Also the same with the TR2 Marksman, so not this upcoming one for the Terminator, but the week following we'll have those two events going at the same time, where the Shadow Hunt event is coinciding with this as well. The War Machine is a new streak here that's returning from prior games, but it's a deadly explosive launcher that you can end up yielding that should be coming along for 1300 score here. That's just at base, without any sort of bonus of like dispatcher or bankroll or anything like that. The interesting part about the War Machine in Black Ops 6 is that it seems like it's a 3-round burst explosive here, as opposed to in the past it's been the singular shot for each of those explosive rounds. So you might be able to clear out a little bit more, and that initial sticker value of 30 rounds for the War Machine seems like a lot, but it also equals out a little bit where you really still only have 10 manual trigger pulls with this. So a little different, but still explosive and insanely deadly. Now this, again, was not necessarily confirmed in which event it will be coming officially from the reveal blog, but from leaked footage, it's coming from the Terminator event, the one that is actually upcoming here in just a few days. That event is going to task players with collecting skulls in exchange for rewards. Think Jolly Archies, but if it actually works this time around. And then the new TR2 is not available to be seen just yet, or to be previewed really, but maybe it's possible to see it off random bots. I've yet to find that, so I'm not expecting it, but just know that 2 of the 3 main things are actually previewable right now. Other in-game content, you can see the new seasonal camos for ranked play in the ranked category of your camo selection, or you can also see it in the ranked seasonal rewards category. This showcasing camos from gold to 250, and what I genuinely love about ranked play this year, and I wish I had more time this season and a squad to dedicate to it, but this year in Black Ops 6, the only placement-specific requirements to earn a camo that you need to finish at a certain level are the top 250 rewards. Everything else, for the first time in COD with Black Ops 6, you earn as you reach that placement, meaning that you get gold camo when you hit it, platinum camo when you hit that, upwards of iridescent that you can get when you hit that. So you can come out of each season with multiple reward camos, unlike prior years where it was only the division you placed the highest in throughout the entire season, which was kind of a bummer because there were plenty of camos the last couple of years that I was like, well, obviously I want the highest one, but that crimson or that diamond one also looked really cool. But I wasn't about to just sit at a lower rank than what I was trying to achieve just to get that one specific camo. But that is something you can take advantage of this year, and of course you can check those all out right now. Personally, I think the Black Ops 6 ranked play camos look better than the Warzone ones. And honestly, I kind of think the Iridescent and the top 250 Warzone camos are not all that great. I actually think the regular career camo that was added in for that looks better. That might just be me, but anyways, along with additional previewable stuff are a few cosmetics for operators and bundles. Operators, to see what is upcoming, all you have to do is go into the operator customization, and future content will be seen in that skin selection. Ones that are available have the bundle option in that lower right, while upcoming ones are just listed with no way to actually go to their purchase page just yet. So it's one of those things that's a cool little preview that if you're into it, it's an option to check out stuff early. And then additional wonder weapons and streak skins are previewable in the customization of each of those as well. But that's some of the content that you can see that was added ahead of time. But beyond that, some additional stealth challenges include changes to the squint test challenge. And this, at first glance, it sounds weird because, yes, this is something that was changed and acknowledged in the patch notes, that a moonshot medal was now changed from 100 meters to now only needing 75 plus meters for a kill. Before that, it was even impossible, where at launch it was 250 meters. But the stealth update to this challenge was, it appears to, based off of some feedback from the community, it appears like gear and streaks like the Archangel work again to credit this. Something that was previously patched with, I want to say, the Season 1 Reloaded update. Might have even been Season 1's launch, but this should now be even easier to obtain if you're using an Archangel rocket or something like a spring mine or something that you're across the map for. Another challenge-specific change is one that's honestly quite minuscule, but I noticed when trying to track some of the stuff here that I was working on in Dark Ops, is that Dark Ops challenges now show the amount of XP that will grant when completed. Obviously, it still doesn't show you the criteria, but that's something we broke down before, where every single Dark Ops is available and is known. It just won't show it in game. If you want to check out that guide, we've got that up on the channel. But beyond that, we saw a handful of different UI adjustments as well as stealth updates. But to sort of preface the next two, firstly, we should talk about Battle Pass loyalty, because this is the first time that we see this take effect. It was mentioned in very quick passing in the reveal blog, and the patch notes themselves omit this entirely. But for those who have Blackcell again in Season 2, after having had it in Season 1, you end up having a permanent 10% boost on the season for your XP. That this is going to start compounding, going outwards of Season 3, 4, 5, and 6, upwards of that Season 6, to where it's going to add the 5th 10% bonus, where you'll have a 50% boost to XP at that point by Season 6. So it is one of those things that is, grand scheme of things, maybe not a big thing to a lot of players, but it also is something that for others, it's probably pretty, I guess shady is the word for it, because at some point at Season 6, for every 100 XP you may get that didn't partake in the Blackcell Battle Pass, somebody else could be getting 150 XP for that same exact denomination of like a kill or something like that. So just know that this is something that was added in and is something that is available in the game now, despite not really mentioning it a whole ton. But beyond that, to kind of talk about these UI changes, one thing that ties into that is in Warzone, it's starting to show players an XP missed ribbon at the end of the matches. And that after action report where it shows you kills, challenges, camos, or whatever the case that you end up unlocking and completing, it'll also have a ribbon that says the XP missed, which is a kind of fear of missing out tactic for this Blackcell loyalty and this Blackcell bundle, which, listen, I personally don't really care that much about this loyalty thing, because when it is something that has a larger sort of weight to it and you have a 50% XP bonus, the majority of players are going to be past where they're trying to level. So to me, it's not huge, but the fact of like plastering it in front of somebody trying to be like, hey, just so you know, you're not getting as much as you could if you could pay another 30 bucks, that's a little sketchy to me. So that's something that was added in under the radar. One thing in terms of Battle Pass that doesn't deal with Blackcell is that with Season 2, it once again reset the auto redeem setting. So if you are somebody that's like, why am I not getting any XP tokens? Why am I not seeing this pop up at the end of matches? Am I really getting any Battle Pass progress? Make sure that you have that set to off so that you can then manually choose what you want to end up unlocking and when. And finally, the last thing in terms of UI and adjustments here was crossplay functionality in some capacity. This actually needed to be amended because as of yesterday, the defaulting on feature was something that was finally acknowledged as an issue. But beyond that, also be aware of that a stealth change to this feature itself, probably inadvertently, like it's probably a bug, but it also apparently will include PC Game Pass users for that console-only crossplay. So you might still end up running into some cheaters until this is fixed. The final thing that we'll talk about here in regards to stealth changes are settings related. I don't know for sure, but I would highly recommend double checking your settings because across at least PC, performance hits were very apparent. I personally ended up losing 40 FPS across the board here, no matter what map, no matter what mode I was playing. I had to go in and alter some of my settings, that some settings may have been defaulted or the game just took an actual hit, or it's probably a combination of both. So just know that a stealth or inadvertent change out of the Season 2 update may have affected your performance of your system. So that said, that is the handful of changes here, stealth changes that I ended up finding as of the Season 2 update. If there's anything you'd like to add to the list, feel free to. I mean, we're all here for the same reason, to try and gain as much information about the game as possible. So if there's anything you would like to add to this list that you feel is a stealth change, feel free to drop it down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6 and other FPS content. I'd love to have you in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.